When you hear Somalia, you might think of pirates, conflict, and instability. For decades, these images have dominated the headlines, shaping the world's perception of this East African nation. The stories of hardship and unrest are real, but they don't tell the whole story. But that's only part of the story. Beyond the headlines, Somalia is a land of vibrant communities, rich traditions, and untapped potential. Beneath the surface lies a different narrative, one of immense, untapped natural wealth. Somalia's soil hides treasures that could change its destiny. Somalia sits atop a geological treasure chest, long known to geologists but overlooked by the world. Gold, among other minerals, has quietly rested here for centuries, waiting for its moment. As the country seeks stability, the idea of Somalia as a major gold producer is gaining traction. New discoveries and renewed interest are sparking hope for a brighter future. This challenges us to see beyond the familiar narrative and imagine a future where mineral wealth funds schools, hospitals, and jobs. Imagine gold revenues building roads, supporting teachers, and providing healthcare for families. For years, Somalia's greatest asset has been buried, both literally and figuratively, by conflict and neglect. Old mines sit abandoned, and opportunities have slipped away. Turning gold potential into reality requires stability, investment, and strong governance. It means building trust, ensuring security, and creating an environment where opportunity can flourish. But the conversation is changing. Across Somalia, people are beginning to talk about possibility, not just problems. Somalis and pioneering investors are daring to ask, could gold drive Somalia's transformation? Could this resource finally bring prosperity to its people? The answer is buried deep, waiting to be unearthed. It's a story of hope, ambition, and the promise of a new chapter. Let's dig into Somalia's golden promise and discover what lies beneath the surface. Somalia isn't the first African nation to face a gold-fueled crossroads. Ghana, once called the Gold Coast, built its economy on mining, funding infrastructure, and lifting millions. South Africa's gold rush created immense wealth and industrialization, though not without social costs. Tanzania's deliberate mining policies turned geological promise into economic growth and stability. These countries show gold can drive development, attracting investment, creating jobs, and generating vital revenue. But their stories also warn of pitfalls: environmental damage, displacement, and inequality. Somalia can learn from both their successes and mistakes. The lesson is clear: gold can be a powerful engine, but only with careful management. The path is full of opportunity and risk. Somalia stands ready to write its own chapter. Somalia's gold potential is rooted in its geology. The country sits on the Arabian-Nubian Shield, a mineral-rich formation stretching across northeast Africa. Neighbors like Sudan, Ethiopia, and Eritrea have already tapped into this geological fortune. Somalia's northern and central regions contain the same ancient greenstone belts that host major gold deposits elsewhere. For decades, conflict kept these riches out of reach, but the evidence is clear: where the shield goes, gold follows. Somalia's geology isn't a question mark. It's a signpost. The real question: how much gold is there, and how can it be responsibly developed? The answer could change Somalia's future. Decades of conflict turned Somalia into one of Africa's last unexplored mineral frontiers. With no stable government, modern exploration never took off, leaving vast gold reserves untouched. Advanced surveys and drilling, common elsewhere, barely began here. Most estimates rely on old data and educated guesses. Ironically, instability preserved Somalia's mineral wealth. While others mined out their easy gold, Somalia's resources remain largely intact. Now, as stability returns, the opportunity for discovery is immense. The challenge: to quickly and systematically map what's hidden beneath the surface. The lost decades could become the foundation for future prosperity. Industrial mining may be absent in Somalia, but that hasn't stopped gold extraction from continuing, by hand and against the odds. In remote corners of the country, far from the reach of modern machinery, the search for gold is a daily struggle. Artisanal miners, armed with little more than shovels, pickaxes, and hope, dig for gold in the arid north and along the Ethiopian border. Their days are long, spent under the harsh sun, chipping away at stubborn earth in search of a glimmer. The work is not only exhausting, but dangerous. Many miners use mercury to separate gold from rock, a method that's both cheap and hazardous. Mercury exposure can cause serious health problems, and its use contaminates rivers and soil, threatening entire communities. Despite the risks and the meager rewards, for countless Somalis, this is the only way to put food on the table. The gold rush here is not about getting rich, it's about survival. The gold they painstakingly extract enters informal, unregulated markets. Much of it is smuggled abroad, bypassing official channels and leaving Somalia with little to show for its natural wealth. Still, this sector proves that gold is here, and hints at where richer deposits might be found. These miners are the first to uncover the land's hidden potential. But informality comes at a cost. Without regulation, Somalia loses vital revenue and misses out on opportunities to invest in schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. Any future mining boom must include these miners, offering them safer working conditions, legal recognition, and a chance to build better lives for their families. The goal is clear. Transform artisanal mining from a last resort into a foundation of the formal economy, where miners are protected and profits are shared. If done right, Somalia's gold could fund schools, clinics, and roads, benefiting entire communities, not just a select few. For now, the groundwork is being laid by those who scratch the surface, day after day, in hopes of a brighter future. For years, Somalia was a no-go zone for investors, too risky, too unstable. Security threats and a lack of legal frameworks kept major mining companies away, but change is underway. The government, with international support, is rebuilding institutions and passing new mining laws. These reforms clarify licensing, revenue sharing, and investor protections. Now, smaller, risk-tolerant companies are showing interest, drawn by the promise of untapped riches. Companies like Coastline Exploration are already making moves in oil and gas, with minerals next in line. The perception of Somalia is shifting from danger zone to frontier opportunity. The risks remain, but so do the rewards. The first movers are betting on Somalia's positive trajectory. If stability holds, the gold rush could finally begin. The world is watching. To turn gold into lasting prosperity, Somalia needs more than just new laws. It needs trust, transparency, and a shared vision for the future. The journey from mineral wealth to national well-being is complex, requiring careful planning and the involvement of all stakeholders, from government officials to local communities. Open contracts, public revenue reporting, and independent oversight are essential pillars for building confidence. When citizens can see where the money goes, and when watchdogs can hold leaders accountable, it creates a system that works for everyone. By joining global initiatives like the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Somalia would send a powerful message to investors and citizens alike, demonstrating a real commitment to openness and responsible resource management. Strong, capable institutions must negotiate fair deals with mining companies, enforce safety and environmental standards, and ensure that the interests of the Somali people are always protected. Establishing a sovereign wealth fund could help save mineral revenues for future generations, smoothing out economic shocks and providing a financial cushion during tough times. This fund would be a legacy for Somali children yet to be born. Revenue sharing with regions and local communities is vital, not only to prevent conflict, but to ensure that the benefits of mining reach every Somali family. When people see tangible improvements in their lives, trust in the system grows. Mining companies should invest in local infrastructure, support education and healthcare, and prioritize hiring and training Somali workers, so that the industry truly empowers the nation. Building this framework won't be easy. It demands political will, patience, and the courage to make tough decisions. Leaders must put the nation's long-term interests above short-term gains. But it's the only way to avoid the resource curse that has plagued so many other nations, turning potential into disappointment. With the right foundations, Somalia can build a mining sector that unites and uplifts the nation, creating jobs, improving lives, and inspiring hope for generations to come. The time to act is now. Somalia's golden future depends on the choices made today. Somalia stands at a crossroads. Will gold be a curse or a cure? Managed wisely, gold could fund security, infrastructure, and essential services, fueling jobs and hope for a new generation. A thriving mining sector could spark growth across the economy, attracting investment and national pride. But mismanagement risks corruption, division, and environmental harm, the tragic fate of many resource-rich nations. The challenge is to build consensus, prioritize transparency, and ensure wealth is shared. The journey will be long and difficult, but the opportunity is real. For the first time in decades, Somalia can shape its own destiny. The world has defined Somalia by its problems. Now it may finally be defined by its golden potential. The choice is Somalia's to make.